When you take a look at just how impressive Vasilevskiy has been the last 6 seasons, there's really not too many that stand out as better than he is. We just talked yesterday, Connie, about goalies by division, and certainly the Big Cat stands out in that Atlantic division. I guess the question is, it's almost silly to say, can he return to his old form? Because he still is great, right? Like, he still is an elite goalie, and I'm sure he'll vie for a spot internationally whenever Russia returns to that kind of competition. But he hasn't been that top-level Vezina form that we saw 2-3 years ago. Do you think he can return to it?
Oh, I think he can. And you just look at the numbers, the .900 save percentage, the lowest of his career, the goals against average, I think it was 2.9. That's the highest of his career. So keep in mind, he had back surgery in September, and he missed the first 2 months of the year. So, I talked about training camps earlier and how important they are. They're really the foundation for the rest of the year. And he came in and he lost 3 of his first 4 starts, and then he found his rhythm. But then he ended the season. He lost 3 of his last 4 starts before the playoffs, and he'd be the first to tell you he wasn't himself in the playoffs. So I guess the short answer is, Jamie, can he find that form again? I think so. He's only 30 years of age. He's a competitor. What a nice guy. I mean, that was a great feature.
So
normally and I played with a bunch of goalies, and they're a different breed. He does not seem like a different breed. He seems very down to earth. He enjoyed what he was doing with the kids. That's great to see. And I know his teammates love him. And let's keep in mind, they got a Jake Gensel. That's going to help. Yeah, they lost Steven Stamkos. But on the back end, Ryan McDonough's back. J.J. Moser, I think, is a real nice pickup from the Arizona Coyotes, now the Utah Hockey Club. They should be a little better defensively, and as a result, that should help his game a little bit, too.
Do you see Tampa as a playoff team for sure, or have they slipped kind of a bubble playoff team in that Atlantic?
Julian Brisebois, the general manager there, always seems to work his magic. They will be a Stanley Cup contender again. Not necessarily a finalist, but they will make the playoffs. Yeah, so they'll be one of the top teams in the East. And I'll tell you, it gets tougher and tougher each and every year.
Right.
And when you've got, Atlantas and Carolinas and Toronto and Boston, but they will be there, and they've got the pedigree to do it. Yeah,
I mean, they seem to be in that Stanley Cup conversation every single year. And in the salary cap world, that is certainly an impressive feat. So can't wait to see them back on the ice and the Big Cat back in net to start the season.